Welcome to Denso Manufacturing UK Limited. Telford is just one of Denso's 130 sites worldwide. Globally, Denso employs 90,000 people and over 1,200 associates work here at Telford. Denso Corporation produces a wide range of products for the automotive industry. Here at Telford, we specialise in air conditioning units, and our products can be found in almost every leading make of vehicle. Our products have to meet a demanding specification to ensure value, quality, reliability, competitiveness, and above all, safety. We also have an excellent reputation for our commitment to environmental protection. It's hardly surprising, therefore, that the safety of our own associates, visitors and contractors and the protection for the environment is our #1 priority. During your time working at DM UK, we want to ensure that you stay safe, and we need your cooperation in helping us to maintain the excellent health, safety and environmental standards we have achieved. So, during the next few minutes, we'd like to make you aware of some of the site safety and environmental requirements that will help to ensure that you complete your work without injury to yourself or others around you and help in protecting the environment. The areas we're going to cover are getting around the site, personal protective equipment, use of chemicals, tools and equipment, permits to work, contractor storage and waste disposal, accidents and emergencies, welfare facilities, communication, monitoring. First of all, let's consider getting around the site. All vehicles entering DM UK's site must observe the 15 miles per hour external site speed limit. On entering the site, all vehicles should be parked in the General Associate car park, unless you've been given specific permission to take your vehicle elsewhere on site. Internally, DM UK operates a swipe card system for gaining access to certain areas of the site. If you're required to work in these areas, you'll be provided with a temporary visitor's access card on your arrival. When making your way to the area you're going to work in, or for that matter when you're moving around the site at any time, remember, site traffic can get very busy at times. Stay alert and always watch out for potential hazards. Use the pedestrian routes. They're easily identified by the green and white floor markings. Watch out for blind spots. To help you, domed mirrors are positioned in the ceiling at all junctions and blind corners. Make sure to use them by looking up to check the pedestrian route is clear before stepping out into a gangway. Take extra care if you see any vehicles with loads, as they may reduce the driver's ability to see you. Forklift trucks are extremely useful vehicles, and we have lots of them. But they can also create extra hazards too. Always give way to forklifts unless the driver indicates to you that it's clear to proceed. And never assume that you've been seen. Remember that a forklift driver concentrating on picking up or dropping off a load may not always be concentrating on where you are, so take care. Another important issue affecting safe movement around site, not just for you and your colleagues, but also for other contractors and DM UK personnel, is the tidiness of gangways. Always keep gangways clear. If your work is unavoidably going to create an obstruction, speak to your DM UK contact, who will arrange for the gangway to be suitably cordoned off for an agreed temporary period of time. Personal protective equipment is the next item on our list to think about. Wearing safety glasses is mandatory at DM UK, and action will be taken if anyone on site ignores this requirement. Also mandatory is the wearing of safety footwear when your work requires you to move from the main gangways. High visibility jackets must be worn if you're entering or working in the warehouse or QA inspection areas. Your DMUK representative will inform you if this applies to you. Certain areas have been identified as noise hazard areas. Again, your DMUK contact will inform you of these. Earplugs, which can be easily obtained from the dispensers around the site, must be worn in these areas. There will be certain times when additional PPE is required. You should ensure that you have available all the necessary PPE required to do your job as detailed in your risk assessment documents. It's also your responsibility to make certain all PPE is in good condition and good working order. Never be tempted to carry out any task without the correct PPE for the job. A moment's lack of thought or taking an unnecessary risk or shortcut could end in a lifetime of suffering. If your work involves the use of chemicals, your company must provide material safety data sheets, also known as MSDS, for all chemicals you use whilst on site. The MSDS will not only detail safe working procedures for using the chemical, but also how the chemical must be disposed. Our environmental protection commitment is extremely important to us, so please make sure that you and your colleagues are aware of the risks involved prior to work commencing. You must be aware of the nearest spill kit so you can speedily deal with any emergency. Any chemical spillage must be reported so it can be cleared immediately by DMUK personnel. You must then dispose of waste resulting from spillage of your materials in an environmentally acceptable manner. Tools and equipment is the next item on our agenda. You or your company is responsible for supplying all the tools and equipment required to carry out your work, and DMUK plant tools and equipment must not be used without prior permission. All tools and equipment must be in good condition and fit for purpose, and they should be visually inspected on a daily basis. Electrical tools must be tested in line with current PAT test legislation. Specialized tools must only be operated or used by people who have undertaken specific training to use such equipment. Permits to work are required for certain high-risk work activities, and in such instances you will need to obtain a permit from your DMUK contact prior to work commencing. High-risk activities include hot working, working at height, working in confined spaces, live electrical working, and working in or on the roof. The issue of these permits is required to ensure your safety. So again, don't be tempted to take shortcuts or do any work of this type without first obtaining the necessary permit. Contractor storage and waste disposal. You must only use the bins on site to dispose of cardboard and plastic, and all other waste must be removed from site. Failure to do this or using inappropriate waste disposal methods may mean a delay in payment or non-payment to your company for work carried out until the situation is rectified to our satisfaction. All waste disposal must be undertaken in an environmentally safe manner, and throughout your contract, site areas must be kept clean and tidy. If you're going to work for production engineering or facilities for a long period of time, you'll be allocated a safe storage area to keep your materials and tools in. You must also provide a skip to dispose of all waste created during your work. We have certain rules which need to be followed when using your storage area. All materials must be stored inside a container. There is a maximum storage limit of 25 litres for oil or chemicals inside a container. This must not be exceeded. And all oil or chemical drums stored inside a container must be provided with bunds. Liquids cannot be put into skips. And finally, as soon as your skip is full, it must be removed from your area. These rules are in place to help maintain our excellent housekeeping and environmental efforts, so anyone found breaching them may incur a financial penalty. Accidents and emergencies. We've already discussed the emphasis we place on safety. Our target of 0 lost time accidents is one we take very seriously. However, if an accident does occur during your work, it must be reported immediately to your DMUK contact and an accident report form completed. The same applies to any near misses you may experience. These too must be reported. This is not because we want to attach blame, but simply so we can investigate incidents as they occur, to ensure steps are taken to avoid repetition, and also to prevent a near miss becoming a serious injury accident. Your help in this way will enable us to continue to maintain a safe working environment throughout DMUK. For injury accident reports, you will be required to provide information which will include date of accident, place of accident, details of injured person, equipment involved, injuries sustained, activity at time of accident, action and improvements to be considered. In case of other emergency situations, you must be aware of a few simple rules to follow. Fire alarms are tested every Wednesday at approximately 9 AM, 9 PM and midnight. In this instance, the alarm will be preceded by a tannoy announcement confirming the test.
The fire alarm system is about to be tested. Could all associates take note of the sounders for future reference?
A further tannoy announcement will be made at the end of the test.
Your attention please, this is a security announcement. Fire alarm testing is now complete. Obey all further alarms.
There is no need to take any action during these test periods.
Thank you.
If you discover a fire, you should raise the alarm immediately using the nearest break glass. Do not take any personal risks in trying to extinguish a fire. Security personnel will alert the fire service. If there is a fire or other reason to evacuate the building, you will hear the fire alarm. This will be a continuous tone. When you hear the alarm, you must evacuate the building immediately and report to Assembly Point A in front of the main reception area. All DMUK welfare facilities are made available for the use of contractors during the course of their work on site. Washing facilities and toilets are located throughout the factory. You may use the canteen area at the rear of reception, and food and drink vending machines are located throughout the factory. At DMUK, we operate a cashless vending system, which means food and drink cannot be purchased with cash. For the duration of your work at DMUK, you will be issued with a cashless vending card. You will need to load money onto the card so that you can obtain food and drink from either the canteen or a vending machine. We also have on-site treatment facilities in case of injury from an accident. Smoking is only permitted in the external smoking shelters that are located around the site. Your DMUK contact will advise you where these facilities can be located. If you have any concerns about the welfare facilities we have, or if you identify any faults, please report these to your DMUK contact. Communication. We are anxious to ensure that the contract you're about to undertake runs smoothly and that you're able to work safely in our factory. we encourage regular communications between contractors, subcontractors and the DM UK person responsible for your contract. This will help us to determine with you activities, progress and any changes that may be required in the way you work. Monitoring. We expect you to work safely whilst on site at DM UK and follow your company's safe systems of work as laid down in your method statement and risk assessments. You must also comply with our site safety rules to ensure your working environment remains safe and no unforeseen hazards arise whilst you're working. Your DM UK contact or their representative will regularly check to make sure everything is okay. They may also conduct a formal monitoring exercise, which they will record. The purpose of this exercise is to ensure that you and the area you are in are safe and the standards to which we expect you to work are being adhered to. If any breaches of health, safety or environmental standards are found, they will be discussed with you and/or your working party supervisor so that remedial actions can be agreed and implemented. Serious or continued breaches of health, safety and environmental issues may result in your removal from site and/or a complaint form being raised against your company. This, in turn, could result in your company being removed from our approved contractor list for any future work. Finally, we should remind you that you'll possibly be working in areas where the nature of the processes being carried out is strictly confidential. Because of this, you're asked to observe the site ruling that forbids the use of cameras on site. The use of mobile phones is also not allowed in the factory, as they may disrupt some of our more sensitive equipment. If you do have any health, safety or environmental concerns during your visit to our site, please raise them immediately with your DM UK representative or with a member of the DM UK Health, Safety and Environment team who are based in the factory area. We hope now that you not only know a little more about what we expect from you whilst you're working on DM UK site, but also realise that we want to make the duration of your contract hazard and risk-free. In fact, our #1 priority is to ensure that you have an accident-free working experience during your time here, and you can play an important part in helping us to achieve that goal. Remember, the key to staying safe is don't take chances. And if you have any doubts about anything, ask. Now you've completed the DM UK Safety and Environmental Induction, you'll be taken to have your photograph taken and an approved contractor badge will be issued. You must wear this at all times. The badge signifies to all DM UK associates that you are aware of our site safety and environmental rules and will keep yourself and others safe.